You shoot a couple of zero gravity scenes in this movie. I mean, how do you do those? They look like a lot of fun. Do you actually have zero gravity?
They are fun for about 5 minutes. You're like, hey, I'm like off the ground. And then it just gets really painful and really hot and sweaty, and harnesses are uncomfortable. I've done it a lot. I did it with Ender's Game. There's lots of zero G. In this one, there's a fair bit. And yeah, you have some rehearsal time. Just trying to keep everything very kind of smooth. It's supposed to look effortless, basically, because moving in zero gravity takes no effort. But it's actually really effortful, if that is even a word. Basically, you have to keep your whole body kind of rigid and tensed up whilst you're doing it. So stop yourself like cartwheeling. And so you're like, ugh, and you're trying to not sound like this when you're saying your lines and trying to do everything else. But it is kind of fun and silly.
Yeah. And there's obviously a romantic narrative in this, and therefore some intimate scenes between yourself and Brit. I mean, you've got to an age now where you can start taking on these new roles. It's like a whole new genre that's kind of opened up to you. It must be quite exciting now that romantic films and these kind of new stories are now, in these projects, are now kind of available to you, and the whole door's been opened, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, as you grow up, as you make that transition, I guess. I mean, I am still making that transition into being an adult actor. And yeah, I mean, I find even now I'm reading scripts that are more kind of challenging, more complex characters that have a lot more to them, a lot more depth, and that is exciting because you can try new things and learn new things, and yeah, it's good fun.
If you were born and raised in Mars and then came to Earth, where would be the first place you'd visit?
Tokyo, probably, because Tokyo is batshit crazy and a great laugh. And I love it there. And I think if someone came to Mars, I'd probably show them Tokyo first because, yeah, as I said,
batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy.
If would you go to space if given the chance? You know, this kind of Virgin Galactic thing where Richard Branson's flying people up to space. Is that something that you'd be interested in doing?
I would be interested. I mean, I really want to be in zero gravity. I think more than actually going to space, I just want to like mess around in zero G and like just do stuff and see what fun games you can come up with. So yeah, I would go up to space. Solely for that purpose.
And I mean, because your character keeps asking people in this movie, what's your favourite thing about Earth? So my question here is, what's your favourite thing about Earth, Asa?
Hey, my favourite thing about Earth is, I'm going to say music. Some good music makes anything better.
Anything in particular?
Some sort of reggae, 140, dub, or some like old school hip hop, nice. Soul, funk. I mean, it's just about anything except for country and pop.
Did you say you're reading roles now that are quite challenging? But this is actually quite a challenging role in a sense that it's quite subtle changes to your demeanour because you've been raised in on a different planet, literally, and you come down to Earth and you experience everything for the first time. What did you have to kind of do to change the very quite subtle kind of nuances in just communication and the way you would kind of look and perceive the people around you?
Well, something I sort of wanted to, I guess, bring out in the character, one of the things I was channeling, I guess, is this like childlike sense of just being interested in it, being in awe of the things he's taking in and seeing for the first time. And that's something we all kind of have in us, which we grow out of. But as an actor, you kind of access that a lot of the time because you're pretending and you're playing and you're having it's make believe. So it was kind of heightening that aspect of him.
You've got some really exciting projects coming on. There's Journey's End, Departures, and various others. They're all very different from each other. I mean, it seems that every project you do is quite different from the next. Is that a kind of conscious decision on your part to keep trying new things and not pigeonhole yourself in any one genre, or are you just kind of going where the best screenplays are?
Yeah, I'm going where what's well written, and I do read a lot of scripts, and yeah, I think it's more a coincidence than anything that I've been able to have such a varied career. I mean, it's great, and I want to carry on doing that. But I've just been lucky.
Because you're now sort of leading man in cinema, and this is undoubtedly now your career. But do you remember and recall the point where this went from being a kind of dream to being an actual profession for you?
Well, it was never a dream. Actually, I didn't grow up wanting to be an actor. Weirdly, I kind of really fell into it, and it wasn't until I did Hugo where I was thinking, all right, maybe I should start taking this a bit more seriously. Scorsese is telling me what to do. And yeah, until that point, it was just something that I had fun with, but never anticipated it going much further. And yeah, being on a set like that, changes your perception of things for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your time today. Much
That's all right.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.